Hi, Minnie. Thanks for taking a little bit of time talking to me today.
Hi, Kanika.
So, Minnie, I wanted to discuss with you, there was a situation that came up, and I wanted to get your side of the story. So, a student came to me and said that you were discussing a patient in the cafeteria. She said that you mentioned the patient's name and you had some pictures of her in the chart. So, I wanted to see from your side, what exactly happened, if you can kind of clarify things for me.
Okay, so I did take the picture of the patient, but her face was not in the picture, and I did took the picture of the chat, but there is no personal information of the patient that present in the information I took.
Okay. I understand. So you're saying that there was no identifying information in the chart, or the patient's face couldn't be identified from the pictures. You were more interested in the equipment and those kinds of things. So the tricky thing about this scenario is, although I'm very excited and I appreciate how excited you are about your clinical experiences, and it's wonderful that you want to share what you've learned with other students, the problem is this still violates HIPAA. This still violates the patient's right to privacy and confidentiality. So moving forward, what we're going to do is we're going to review the policies of HIPAA so that you kind of understand what things are allowed and what things aren't. We'll also review the school policies together, and I'll have you sign a statement just saying that you understand what is permissible moving forward and not. So just to clarify, anytime using a patient's name is not permissible outside the clinical or setting, on that unit in that particular hospital. And you can only discuss it with other clinicians taking specific care of that patient. As far as discussing patients with other students, with other providers, with your teachers, that's permissible, but you always want to make sure that you can discuss a certain situation about a patient without revealing their name, their room number. You want to avoid any specifics as far as their, where they live, where they work, those kinds of things. So we still can have valuable experiences from our clinicals that we share and we learn mutually from, but we just want to make sure that a patient's safety is never compromised. And further down the road, whenever you get, when you're employed by a hospital, the worst consequence of that could be, you could lose your employment. So I just want to make sure that we address this situation now so that you don't face those consequences further, and that you can be an advocate for other students as well. That you make sure that if they discuss things with you, make sure it's within these parameters that are allowed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Kanika. I apologize. I'll make sure that this will not happen further.
Okay, great. And then we'll just take a little bit more time to just review the policies.
Sure,
Okay?
sure.
All right.